guys, you guys are watching Soulful Discussions. Stay tuned.
All right, so hi, how are you doing today?
Good. Doing well.
Absolutely, absolutely. How did you and I meet today? Or tonight, I should say.
Tonight,
Mm-hmm.
I went shopping.
Absolutely. We went to shopping, got some ramen for dinner.
Ramen for dinner.
Uh-huh.
And I went the Beverly Hills
Oh, okay.
to
Nice.
shop.
Okay. I was here today at 82, the arcade right here. Yeah, I went with some friends. Like, we hung out a little bit, played some arcade games, so that was pretty dope.
Oh, that's cool.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, what did I approach you about? What are we doing today? YouTube interview?
YouTube interview.
Okay, do you remember the topics I gave you? I gave you 3 topics. Do you remember?
3 topics.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of difficult for
Okay,
me,
so
though.
it was feet, the subject of feet,
Feet, yeah.
mental health,
Mental health.
reflexology.
What is the third one?
I'll share that with you. Okay. Let me ask you this. When you hear the word feet, what do you think about? When you hear that? Yeah, like feet. When you hear that, what do you think about?
It's most needed for human being.
Absolutely, absolutely. So do you think about like self-care, like
So, yeah,
things like
yeah.
that, taking care of your feet? Absolutely. Today we're gonna ask you some questions about how do you feel about it. Just feel free to answer however you like, okay? What about mental health? What do you think about when you hear that?
I think it's like, yeah, needed everyone.
Everybody
I think,
needs it.
Yeah, needs it.
Absolutely. And I think that it's very important to like have a therapist if you don't have one, or at least see somebody just to like find out some things that maybe you don't know
Right.
about yourself. Absolutely. Today we're gonna ask you some questions about like handling stress and anxiety. Like, what do you do in those situations? Okay. And then lastly, you said reflexology. What is that? Right.
What is it?
I'm gonna share information with you today, and you just tell me how do you feel about it. Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
Right.
Sound good?
All right.
Okay. Let's start with the first question. How do you think we can improve mental health awareness around the world? What can we do?
More communication, more talking to people, or like don't hesitate it.
Absolutely. I think kind of like what we're doing right now is a way, right? Because getting opinions from other people about like how do you handle this? What do you do, right? That's a very good thing, right? Absolutely. Fill in the blank on this question, okay? The world would be better if. What do you think?
Well, the better if
Mm-hmm.
if
And I get all kinds of different answers. I get some people who say if people just loved each other, if people, care about, other people instead of just about themselves. What do you think?
If people more have confidence.
Confidence.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And that's a good one because I think even doing this, right, the interview is a little bit kind of, it can
Yeah.
be nervous and
Yeah.
things like that, but you're having the confidence to talk right now. That's really good. That's really good. If a friend or a loved one was dealing with like stress or anxiety, is there anything you would do or say to them to like help them out?
Yeah, if friends.
Uh-huh.
That's a difficult question. for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like some of the things that I would do, like maybe like take them somewhere where they can like not focus on the stress, like distractions, like
I don't drive.
drive. Oh, okay, so drive them somewhere.
Drive, yeah.
Okay, maybe to like the beach or something like
Yes.
that. Yeah,
Free.
exactly.
Yeah.
Listen to the water, the waves, things like that. Really relaxing. Absolutely. What are some things that bring you anxiety? Like, and you don't have to go too in depth, but just maybe like surface level. Is there anything that brings you that? And then when you feel anxiety happening, what do you do? Like, how do you handle it?
Yeah, I go drive for free. Like
Ah,
I love
nice.
driving, so
Nice, nice.
If I stress,
Yeah.
if I stressful, I always driving.
That's
No-
nice.
Yeah, don't decide a direction or something.
Yeah, I feel
Just axle.
There it is. Let me just get in the car and go. There it is. I love that. For me, like sometimes like large crowds make me like anxious, but what I do is if I feel a little anxious, I focus on things around me, like, oh, like there's a red, light there, or this is, blue, or and it helps to calm me down. And then sometimes counting too, like, helps too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you could change one thing about yourself, right? Anything.
Anything?
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be physical, but anything. Is there anything you would change?
I wanna be more confidence. I
Okay.
need more confidence.
Absolutely. Well, you're doing it right now. Like I think.
No, but
Yeah, this is not an easy thing to do. Trust me, I know.
Right.
But you're sitting here doing it. We've been talking for 5 minutes. That's really good. There it is. Okay, let's get into these questions now. When I think about my feet, I feel. How do you feel when you think about your feet? How do you feel?
feet.
When you think about your feet, how do you feel about it?
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great feet.
So do you like your feet? You
Yeah.
don't? You do like your
I
feet?
saw this one.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let me ask you this. Have you ever received compliments? Has anybody said, hey, I think you have nice feet? Has that ever happened to you before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
When you get a compliment about that, how do you feel? Do you feel good? You feel bad? How do you feel about it?
I think feel bad.
You feel bad if somebody compliments you?
I can't.
Like they're saying to you, oh, hey, I think you have really nice feet. You would feel bad about that or you would feel good?
Yeah, that's feel good.
You feel good.
Very
Feel good. Okay. And it's because you take care of your feet, right? So it's like a good
Right.
compliment, right? Absolutely. How would you feel if a man gave you a compliment about that? Like, would it be something you're okay with, or how would you feel about that?
It's okay.
Okay. What if a woman gave you the same compliment?
Yeah.
Still okay?
It's still okay.
Okay, good. In terms of things that people compliment you about, right? Is there anything for you where you're like, oh, that compliment makes me feel really good, it made my day? Anything like that for you? Because like for me, I like when people say, oh, I love your energy. Like your energy is really good. Do you have anything like that where maybe somebody says, hey, I think that, you did a really good job on this or something like that?
It's good thing. Yeah.
Good things,
Yeah,
positive,
yeah,
right?
positive.
Absolutely. How often do you get pedicures? Pedicures. How often do you get pedicures?
No.
Never?
No at all.
Okay. Really?
I just do it.
You just do your nails. Okay. So have you never had a pedicure or you just don't get them often?
Never. I think
Never.
Yeah.
Really?
Because I always wearing shoes.
Okay.
No sandal was super sandal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So even when you go to the beach, no sandals?
Yeah. Just if I go to the beach, I think I
You
wearing
wear
a
sandals or
but
whatever.
no pedicures.
No. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
lazy person.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I think that everybody has things that they invest in or things like that, and that's fine if you don't. Let me ask you this: have you ever had a medical pedicure?
No.
Okay, so it's when you go see a podiatrist, specialist of the foot. They take a look at your feet to make sure your toenails grow correctly. They make sure your toe alignment is right. They check your feet for like dead skin, fungus. They do all the work there with like medical grade equipment. It's the cleanest possible pedicure you can get. What would your thoughts be on like going to see somebody like that who could like tell you about your feet, like tell you like, hey, you should do this more or you should do this? Like, how would you feel about that?
Yeah, I think I should
Okay.
do that. Yeah. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, let's say somebody came to you like maybe for your birthday and gave you a certificate and said, hey, this is for you to go see somebody for a medical pedicure. You would go?
If so, I don't. It's a little annoying.
Yeah, because they don't do like colors or anything, but it's more about like the health of your feet, like how are your feet doing. So I think it could be a positive thing. Absolutely. So you kind of already mentioned it, but I'm gonna ask anyway. How often do you wear like open toe shoes, sandals, flip flops? How often do you do that?
Only summer was it?
Summertime, yeah, to let your feet breathe
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How often do you go barefoot, no shoes?
No shoes.
Yeah.
Only house.
In your house?
Yeah.
So the beach?
I.
She's like, maybe.
Yeah,
It depends.
Yeah, I don't want to like delay things. I don't want to like. Yeah, it's hot.
Okay. Oh, it's hot there. That's why. Okay. What about the park? Like, if you go to a park, you have your blanket out. Do you do no shoes or shoes?
I can do it, but I don't do it.
Okay, you don't. She's like, no, not right now. I prefer that too. All right. So now, can we see what your feet look like? Okay, cool. Can we have you? Let me scoot back a little bit. What size do you wear?
It's like 8.
Size 8. Okay, so like an average size, right?
Yeah.
You're about 5'5"?
5'3".
5'3". Okay, you seem a little taller. All right. And you're wearing Doc Martens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody likes Doc Martens. Okay. All right, cool. And you leave your socks on for now. Just leave your socks on, and then just take this shoe off. Okay, size 8. Ah, there it is. Oh, nice socks, by the way. So are those? It looks like we got some burgers here.
Yeah.
We got some different stuff going on here. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Okay, let me have you extend out. Extend your feet like this, straight. Oh, this way. There you go. And then toes up. Flex your toes up. There you go. Cool. All right. Oh, and now you can take your socks off. Okay.
Take socks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so you said size 8, average size, and then this one. Okay. And then put your feet down flat like this. Okay. And so we have your toes are natural. You said you've never had a pedicure before.
Yeah.
How would you feel about getting a pedicure? Let's say somebody treated you to a pedicure. How would you feel about that?
I decided.
You decided?
Because yeah.
If I'm saying, what if a friend said, "Hey, like let's go out and get your nails done"? Would you go or?
Yeah, it sounds good.
It sounds
friends,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, let me have you extend back out again. Okay, toes up. Okay. All right. So let me ask you this: how are you feeling right now? We've been asking you some questions. We're looking at your feet. How do you feel? You feel good?
So like embarrassing.
Okay, so you feel like a little bit exposed, like kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you. Leave your feet out. We're gonna go through a couple more exercises. Let me tell you about the mental health. What got me started on my channel. So, during quarantine, I was watching another guy's channel, and he was talking about exposure therapy. Have you ever heard of that? No. Okay, so it's for people. Let's say, for example, you're like uncomfortable in certain situations. Like you feel like, oh, I'm not gonna go do that because it makes me feel uncomfortable, right?
I see.
What therapists tell you to do, let's say, for example, you're scared of like roller coasters. You're like, oh, I'm not gonna get on roller coasters because it makes me feel afraid. They'll tell you, go out and do it. Do it over and over and over again, right? Because the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll be. You'll be like, oh, okay, I know I'm gonna get on this roller coaster. It's gonna feel a little nervous, but is anything happening that's like threatening my life or anything like that? Because if not, then what are you really worried about? Like what's causing you to feel that way? So when I heard about that, I was like, that's a really dope concept, right? Like
Same.
living like that is like a good way to like try and like push yourself out of your comfort zone, right? So I decided to come up with a YouTube channel where I go out in public, I interview women about how do they feel, right? Because during quarantine, a lot of women became like foot models. That was like a thing, right? How does like me just meeting the average woman who I just met, hey, can we talk about this? And can you be comfortable enough to go through the exercises just to see like, can you get out of your comfort zone, right? Absolutely. So yeah, I go out and do this, and sometimes I get reactions where some women are like, no. Some women say yes, like you did, and some women are like, I don't know. Yeah, but the whole point is to show all the interactions I get so that people can learn to be more comfortable with the subject of feet. How do you feel about that? What do you think about my channel? How do you feel about it?
It's so interesting.
It's so interesting?
I want to see your
Absolutely.
channel,
No, I'm going to share my YouTube channel with you at the end. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing out here. So let's talk a little bit about reflexology, and then I'll let you get out of here, okay? So reflexology is all about the different pressure points in your hands and in your feet. These pressure points actually connect to different parts of your body. So like some of your organs, different like alignments in like your feet, your head, things like that are connected there. So like maybe through like a massage, through acupuncture, through acupressure, you can like alleviate stress and tension. Is that something, does it sound familiar now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts about it? Do you think it's a positive thing? You think it's a negative thing? How do you feel about it?
It's like, in my case, I think it's positive.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's a positive thing. Have you ever experienced anything like acupuncture or anything like that? Massages?
I did massages.
You do massages?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really
good, right?
very good.
So you do feel a difference between like when you don't have a massage versus having a massage, right? It feels good
Yeah, it feels
afterwards.
good.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so like when we get into this portion, we usually talk about sensitivity, right? In terms of like being ticklish, how ticklish do you tend to be? Yeah. Are you somebody who's like high on sensitivity or low?
High.
High?
Yeah.
Okay. So I do have a trick that I would like to show you. Would you mind if we tested it out? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me have you hold that for 1 second. Let me just grab my tool out. Cool. And then just tell me which one you feel it on the most and where you feel it at the most. Sounds
Okay.
good?
That sounds
Cool. All right, there we go. All right, cool. So let me have you stand back up, toes up. Yeah, there you go. And then toes up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the right. Tell me where and then which foot is on most. Okay? You ready? All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. And where do you feel it at the most? Is it the top? So right here?
Yeah, right here.
More in here. Okay. We're gonna try the left. Tell me where it's at the most. Okay? Ready? All right. Is it the same area?
Yeah.
Like in here? Yeah. Okay. So here and here on both. Okay. Here's my trick for you. While I'm doing it, I want you to just give your toes a little wiggle, okay? So wiggle your toes while I'm doing it. You ready? Wiggle. Wiggle, do this. With your toes. Like move your toes. Yeah. You feel it more or less? Feel it less?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Because I moved.
You're moving. That's part of it, right? But also because your mind is sending a signal to your feet, like move, right? So it's a distraction. But also because you wiggle, it moves the energy. So that's a little trick for you. If you ever do go get pedicures, move your toes. So let's try this one. Don't feel it, right?
Yeah.
There it is.
So interesting.
That's a little trick for you. And so, like, if you ever go get pedicures, I would try that because it could be helpful for you if you're very ticklish.
Right.
All right, so let me have you do a couple exercises. Your feet, keep your feet straight. And then, so let me have you bend your toes, make your face. Do this. Easy to do, hard to do. Easy. Okay, relax. Spread your toes. Tell me if it's easy to do or hard to do. Spread. Easy? Really good spread. You do yoga?
No.
No yoga. Just flexible. Okay. Okay, lastly, just wiggle your toes for about 10 seconds. Tell me if you feel pain, discomfort. Is it easy to do? Regularly? Not hard. Okay.
Not hard.
Cool. All right, let's wrap it up. Cool. So, first of all, in terms of my approach, when I came up to you, did you feel my approach was good? Was it bad? How did you feel about it?
It was good.
Good approach?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. In terms of the interview, right, start to finish, could you see how everything was going in the line? Did it make sense? Did you learn anything new?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of stuff, right? You learned about
Yeah,
this.
so interesting.
Yeah, medical pedicures, reflexology. Absolutely. Cool. The last thing I always ask on my channel, right? Something you can say to everybody that can be helpful from like a mental health standpoint. Maybe it's a life lesson you learned, some wise words that somebody shared with you. Anything like that you can share with us.
Like before that, I never know like medical something blah blah.
Yeah.
Something I got a new one. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, a good thing.
Absolutely.
You have to keep going.
Absolutely. So stepping out of your comfort zone can be helpful.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think I really thank you so much for like stopping to do this with us. All right. We hope that you have a great one. Enjoy that ramen.
Yes.
All right.